Hey folks, Peter here. This is a really big box. I got my new printer in. I don't think I'm going to do a full video of setting it up, but I do want to take it out to make sure everything is intact. There's a little crunch right there. This is a big, heavy box, so I'm going to try my best to take it out and show you what's inside. So this is the K1 Max from Creality. I'm sure you guys have seen this printer before or heard of it, something like that. I just have it on the floor now because otherwise you would not be able to see a dang thing. Right at the top, quick installation guide and a little sheet of stickers. Cool. I'm pretty sure installation is pretty straightforward. I don't have room for all this stuff, by the way. That's why I had to move it off the top. I watched a few videos on this before, so I kind of know what to expect. Right at the top, there is just a plain of glass. It's got a little handle on it there. I'm going to set this aside. I believe this is for the top. I have to set this somewhere that it's not going to break. Okay, this is where this gets tricky. Here is the screen. Set that aside for now. Into safety. Power cord, if you're wondering what that was power cord. Thought that was obvious. I want to lift this out. This is a 50, I think it was 55-pound box. There's not really spots to grab. I lied, there is. Stop staring at the reflection and seeing what's in the room. I think that's it for what's in the box. Can I go over here? I can't really see myself on the screen over here. I think that's it for what's in the box. So let me move stuff around here and at least want to set this up and turn it on. Alright, so I'm just going through the instructions, which have done basically what I've already done, which was take the stuff out of the box and then remove the foam. There was a bunch of foam on the inside of here, including this box. I think there's a roll of filament in here. So we have a roll of Hyper Series PLA, and it's got all sorts of instructions on what to do, how to use it. It looks like that is a kilogram of filament, pretty standard, spool size there. Tells you printing speeds, printing temperatures, bed temperatures, fan on or off. Cool. We'll check into that later. I don't think I'm even going to get this running today. Hot end. There's a new hot end in there. The rubber feet, which I'm definitely going to be using. This is clearly not where this is going to live because it's kind of right in the way of my multi-use workspace here that I do videos for and stuff. Handle for the front glass, and a spool holder. This goes on the back. I know that's everybody's comment, is that the spool holder's on the back and not on the side. I'm sure once I get this up and running, I'm probably going to start printing stuff like a spool holder / stand for the side. Do you see how big this thing is? You see it? This is large and in charge. All right, we got to take some tape off the front here, and it's got this warning on the front that says, "Don't open the glass wider than 90 degrees. Don't tip the machine because it'll make the top glass up here." Okay, we can do that too. It'll make the top glass fall off and break, and the door will swing open and break. Do tape the front door shut, and don't put the machine on the side because again the glass and stuff will fall off and break. Oh, aren't new toys fun? This also has a sticker on the corner that says Red Dot Winner 2024. Oh, feel that action. Okay, this does have a USB port on the front. That's pretty cool. Essentially, setup is you stick this screen on, and you're done. I do want to run the calibration. I should probably get this handle screwed on there too. Install the screen. I already missed my Ender 3 Pro, but it's in good hands with my buddy. I think he's going to get a lot of use out of it. Literally the first day, this isn't going to work for me, is it? Literally the first day he was already printing stuff, and I was super excited. Like, he already had a print in mind before I brought that over, I think. There's more tape on the inside here, so I got to make sure to take that off too. I understand. So this is open more than 90, but if you go further, it's just going to shatter at the hinges there, so we got to be careful with that. Installing the screen / computer. Basically, there's like a little sort of like an IDE strip, and it's right here on the front. I would show you guys, but it's pretty straightforward. There's already a lot going on. I'm sweaty. I'm warm. It's like 80 something degrees out, and I had to lug this 80 or 50 pound box inside. Okay, pretty standard ribbon install. It goes on and then pushed down. That seems kind of flimsy to me. Here, let me move that. Let me show you guys what I'm working with here. This seems kind of flimsy. I think I got it pushed in there all right. And on the screen it says, before applying power, please check that the 3 platform board fixing screws have been removed to avoid damage to the machine. Okay, so I see 3 arrows in here, and I saw that on other videos. Okay, cool. That closes. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm gonna try to take these screws out with this. Yeah, I got this little drill thing from Creality. Got some power settings or whatever on the back. Yeah, I'm gonna take these screws out. I'll be back. That worked really nice. So this drill, this screwdriver, has its different torque settings, and I was able to step it up and up and up until it hit the right one that it actually tightened it all the way. So that's kind of cool. I was going to complain that there was a missing bit, but it was stuck in the lid of the holder there. Cool, so this printer is, I think, unwrapped as best as I can. There's still foam underneath the bed here, and I'm going to get this turned around so you guys can see it. And then we're just going to run like the initial calibration. I don't think I have to put filament in it for that. I don't want to put the Hyper PLA in yet, but I also don't want to put in the filament that I want to use. Again, I'm warm. It is warm in here. I just got home. It's warm outside. So yeah, let me turn this around, start it up, and see what's going on. Alright, so I'm going to turn this on for the first time ever. And it's starting to light up. I think there's lights in here somewhere. Cool, I'm going to walk around here so I can actually touch the screen, because this door is just in the way. Okay, so we've got the screen here, English. Next. Take out the 3 screws. I already did that. One here, one there, one in the back. There's some foam underneath the print bed, but I can't get to it, so I'm just going to leave that for now. Please keep the blue cube in the diagram clear of debris and click OK. Privacy policy, sure, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to skip setting up a network right now, just for ease. And this is going to change anyway, because I'm going to be, what? Self-check. Okay, so this is going to run for, let me move the camera here. So we've got the hot end up there with the fan. There's cooling fans built in, an AR LiDAR. There's a camera up in this corner. my thumb's at. And then there's a fan on the side here too that cools. Since the hot end does not go up or down, this fan can just be stationary and just always blowing air straight across here, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, I'm just gonna let this run, as it makes a bunch of sounds. Input shaping, main board fan, heat break fan, hotbed heating, nozzle heating. It's making some sort of high-pitched sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. It's just kind of doing all these checks here. Oh my god, it just shook the entire table. Alright, while this is going up, there we go. That's the piece of foam I couldn't get out from under the bed there. This is also kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can really read this or not. K1 series 3D printer filament slice parameters, and it lists all different types of filaments, and then nozzle temperature, hotbed temperature, print speeds, volumetric speed, fan speeds, side fan speeds. Which I think is pretty slick. But right now it's just doing whatever it's doing up here. I didn't put any filament in, so hopefully it doesn't need that. This is sick though. So far this seems like it's pretty solidly built. It's making a lot of high-pitched frequencies, which I don't quite know what that is, but oh, it's accelerating now. I can hear it like revving up. Yeah, this is just vibrating and speeding up. I think there's some sort of detection in there, accelerometer or something, that kind of just tells it what kind of my gosh, it's like shaking my house almost. It's not that bad. Alright, that's just going to go on for a bit. Yeah, do you hear it? It's doing something. The table stopped violently shaking, so that's good. While I was opening it up, I did find this piece back here, and it looks like it goes in the back, but I'm not sure where. So once I move this to its quote-unquote final home, I'm going to have to kind of go through and really get it set up. But I did just want to show it off here. I literally just got it in the mail, and I wanted to open it up, check it out. I'm not sure what it's doing now. We're just kind of everything's sitting here quiet now. There's still that high-pitched sound. Again, I'm unsure what that is. I don't know if that's part of the LiDAR or this camera that's in the front up here. It's right by my finger here. You can kind of see the box. Alright, so I just shut the camera off to change batteries. It's an old camera. And every fan just started blowing at like 200%, and it just got very loud in here. It's still doing the auto leveling here. And I think what I saw is there's actually sensors underneath the build plate here that somehow just detect when the nozzle touches. I don't quite know how it all works. I don't have all the science, mathed out. Yeah, they said this is going to take about 11 minutes. I'm not going to print anything. I don't have the filament installed. I do have something in mind that I do want to print, and I'm going to just save that for after the video, I guess. This is more just getting it set up, and just so you guys can kind of check it out with me here. Which I'm sure you guys have seen this printer in action before. You can go look it up. I mean, it's everywhere. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but on the back of the hot end there's some, I don't know if that's a chunk of filament or something, or some string. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up, but no, it's like plastic on there. It might be some extruded filament or something, but on the side of it. It's always the longest part of the auto leveling, but it is the most helpful when it comes to getting a solid print. I will say overall everything looks pretty sturdy. I haven't gotten a super close look at it. I mean, it's the side I was looking at, there's, you know, this giant sheet of glass here that I couldn't really see around. This is definitely a printer where if you want access to it, you got to come in from the front here. You can't be reaching around the side or over the top or anything. Simply for nothing else, they've got the big glass door there. And it is a larger build plate, 300 millimeters cubed, so roughly a foot cubed, which I'm excited for, so I can print stuff like masks or trays for watch parts. I've got a few projects in mind already. It's kind of one of the reasons that really just tipped me over whether I was getting one of these or not. I'm seeing on the back of the plate here too, there's like a little, like it looks like it's extruded something in the back there. And it's still making that weird sound, like a high-pitched squeal. But now it's all done there. You see the screen says self-check completed. And there's fans just kind of loud. There's a fan on the back there, fan on the side, and the fan on the hot end there. Yeah, so that's this setup. I don't fully know what's all going on this screen. I think that's just telling me the temperatures of the hot end and the build plate. So for now, I think if I go in here, I think there's a preloaded. Oh, it's got a manual built in. That's kind of cool. Okay, so there is some files already on here. There's literally a spool holder built in. That's kind of sick. Hopefully I'm not too loud talking right next to my camera. I want to figure out where this extra piece of cover goes. I think it goes in the bottom left, but I can't really get access to that right now. I think it does. I can kind of see where it would fit. If I had filament hooked up, we could literally just print a benchy, and it says it'd be done in 60 minutes, which is kind of cool. Now that is for the Hyper PLA. Apparently there's a difference between Hyper PLA. This fan's really loud. I don't know how to shut it off. I think it's just trying to cool everything down as quick as it can. Model fan. Nope. Here's the side fan. And then the back fan. That's cool. Yeah, okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. This is really kind of neat how you can kind of control everything. Please home in before you... Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to mess with this a little bit. I need to go download the Creality. Creality has their own slicing software, and I want to check that out just to kind of see all of the full features that you can get with this printer. All right, so I lied. I'm gonna run a benchy print here. I loaded in the filament and then set it to extrude. These lights are flickering, by the way. It's very annoying. And it just started extruding, and it would not stop. And the bed was right below it, so it literally just made this little pile. I told it to print it without calibration since I did just calibrate it. I'm assuming it's fine. I also found where that little clip went. It goes in the back. It went exactly where I thought it did. Yeah, so this should print out a Benchy in 16 minutes, which is pretty outrageous if you think about it. Yeah, that fan's something. I don't know if I'm going to get used to that or not. And apparently I'm not supposed to... No, what did the glass say? Well, there's an example of... Does it want me to do something? It's moving, it's doing something. I've got a lot to learn with this machine. But that's the fun of it. That's the fun of 3D printing, is learning and experiencing new stuff. And I didn't wipe off the bed or put any glue on or anything, which maybe I should have. I didn't think about that. I just wanted to test it right away. So we'll see. Is it testing everything? I told it not to, but whatever. I kind of skipped over it, but this also came with a little kit. Thermal grease. I'm assuming that is, okay, it's metal grease. It says it on the bag. Glue stick. Some sort of ramrod for the Bowden tube. Plate scraper. Just a little spatula. Some bits and bobs, and what seems like a decent pair of flush cutters. I guess we'll see if I ever have to use those. And a little USB flash drive that I'm probably not going... Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. Are you seeing this? That is violent. Now, I'm led to believe that this Benchy test print is kind of I can't zoom that out anymore. I'm going to close that. It's extremely loud. From what I've read, this Benchy test print is kind of misleading, because you're going to think like, wow, I can print stuff this fast all the time. It's got to be hyper PLA. Apparently, you can't use other PLA to print what this can, and some other stuff. Also, that filament really stinks. I've never had PLA stink that bad. That could also just be a new machine. I'm not sure, but this entire, as you guys know, my table here is just like a folding plastic table, and it is shaking. But this thing's already on like layer 10. I don't think this screen will tell me anything now. Maybe it does. Sorry, I got my phone. I was going to take a video of this for some friends. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I've been sitting here just kind of letting some people know that this is happening. It's flying. Like I said, I need to go download the Creality Slicer software and see what I can set up. I've mentioned this in other videos. I do have my preferred printing filament, my preferred PLA that I use. I don't want to be buying a bunch of this Creality stuff when I can get it local. So I can't concentrate with this thing. This thing's permanent home won't be on a wobbly plastic folding table. I've got a pretty decent spot for it. I just have to get the space emptied out and just lug it to that spot. Definitely get these feet on to help kind of dampen the vibrations, which those feel pretty squishy. That might work. A trick I've done with my other 3D printer is I put a 16-inch concrete paver and then a 16-inch rubber paver. Just literally, the vibrations are minimal, and I don't know if this is small enough to fit on one paver. Maybe I have to get a couple of them or something. I don't know. But this is exciting. Again, I can't expect these kind of speeds with any print that I do. But the fact that I can do it is pretty impressive. But I would like to get, if I could get half of that speed on a normal print, that'd be kind of cool. I'll have to do some more research. Maybe I can take apart this code in the slicer software and copy the settings for another print or something. But that's part of the fun of a 3D printer. When you get a new one, going through, checking all the settings, dialing it in and everything. But yeah, so the 3D printer series continues, sort of, maybe. K1 Max. Again, I just got this 2025. I just bought it like a couple weeks ago here in July. Surprised that's when I'm recording this. I don't know where that booklet went. Anyway, it's over there. Might do upgrades on it, might get a different build plate. That seems to be holding. I feel like I have to talk over this machine too. I don't want to do too much modding with it or anything like that. If it runs, great. If the bed sticks. And of course I've got Creality brand glue stick, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I just print in PLA. I want to do cool stuff. I've always wanted to make a mask, and having that larger build volume, that 300mm size, that footprint that you can work with, that is pretty exciting. So I should be able to make a full-size mask in one go without having to split it up. That was an issue in the past, was just trying to figure out how to split a mask apart to do it nicely. And like I said, some watch part trays that I can start making, so I can just have a uniform storage option for all my watch parts and when I'm working on that stuff. Maybe some deck boxes for cards or something, we'll see. 16 minutes really takes a long time, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I will put in some video at the end when this is done. K1 Max, I bought it straight from Creality. I got a little screwdriver thing with it too, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's never a bad idea to have a nice little motorized screwdriver. I feel like this thing's gonna just shoot out at me or something. It is very loud and aggressive. Let me know what you think. I picked this printer because one, Creality, I'm familiar with Creality printers and I've never had an issue with them per se, but the build volume, the 300mm cube build volume for the price, I'm sure I can get that in other companies' printers, but I think the price was like double. Just the violent nature of this thing is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments down below if there's something you want to see in particular. If you have any questions on this, maybe I can answer it or look it up and find it out for you. Who knows? That's it. Don't forget to comment, subscribe to the channel, check out some other stuff beyond the 3D printing. There's all sorts of everything everywhere on this channel, so check it out. Dang it, I was setting up the camera with the tighter lens so you guys could see it. Yeah, that got done in 16 minutes. Just as it said it would. I have no idea where my camera remote just went. Whoops, it's in my pocket. Never mind, we're fine. Anyway, here it is, and taking it off pretty easy. Again, I'm doing this from behind the camera. Now, I mean, the quality isn't perfect. Obviously, this text on the bottom, it's in white, it's hard to see. That is not the most pronounced. Nowhere on the back, I can't read the word Benji, or I keep saying Benji. It does not say Benchy on the back, but otherwise, I mean, especially for this thing violently shaking this table, overall I would say that's fine. And it was 16 minutes. This got made in 16 minutes, which again, I'm not getting my hopes up too much because I know that that is pre-sliced Creality's, sliced print. I should not expect similar results with anything that I am printing as far as speed goes, but I mean, that is solidly made for 16 minutes. I'm going to turn that fan off again because it's so loud. Yeah, I'm going to get this set up in its permanent home and check out the software, but that is the K1 Max. Again, let me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see certain prints, do I check out other filaments? Again, I really like my PLA, my Pro PLA Plus, Tough, whatever it's called. It's just Pro PLA. But yeah, I want to get that set up on here. I don't know if I'm going to use this filament anymore, so I want to get that out and get it changed over to the filament that I normally use and start printing. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy that. Subscribe, comment, give the video a thumbs up, and until next time, have a good one.